It's okay. Off your mind, it's okay. Off your mind,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get it higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego die the politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ la mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ la mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary na he be number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn sọ́ra jù. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Ayé sọ́ra jù. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Ayé sọ́ra jù. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Ayé sọ́ra jù.
Today, hello there. So good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you're joining us. It is Mayegun live. I know it's really going to be quiet tonight because this segment is also clashing with the Champions League final. But I'm just going to drop it and then go. So thank you so much for joining me. Remember, after reading the caption of the broadcast, read the description of the broadcast as well. Then like it, share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them all that Mayegun today, Mayegun is live. So tonight, we are starting with the supposed minister of humanitarian disaster. You know, it is the season of showcasing the achievement of Tinubu in 2 years. As many are saying that he's done nothing. Some are saying, well, he's done something, but it is just that it hasn't reflected on the people. While others said, no, he's done a lot. And in fact, you have started seeing the results. So in all of this, the minister of the guy that replaced Omobeta, so the minister for humanitarian disaster, poverty, elevation, and what have you, appeared on Arise TV, where it's been discussed the impact of his own ministry on the people who have been so affected by Tinubu's policies. And according to the guy, he said they have done so well. For example, you know, when they came in, he said they had a register, all right? A register for the poor people. Let's say the register being used to share money to the poor people in Nigeria. And the register, according to him, was pretty much like compromised. So they spend a lot of time and money in reforming that list. In the process, he said Tinubu directed them to get technology involved, sort of. You know what? Why am I even like saying it for him when we cannot listen to what he says and how he says they have mapped out the population of poor people in Nigeria, and using that technology, AI, they were able to discover and add extra 6.5 million poorest Nigerians onto that register. Listen to him.
Reduction.
Okay, let's say you can't alleviate poverty.
Yes.
So you're basically throwing your hands up in the air and saying, don't tell me to alleviate poverty because I won't.
No, the difference is that if you alleviate, you're not removing the person out of poverty. You're only giving him like an anesthesia to reduce the pain.
Right.
But when you're reducing poverty, you're moving people out of poverty. And that's the difference.
Right.
Now, so before now, the focus has been on humanitarian activities.
Right.
That is providing relief materials, providing food stuff to people, providing cash transfer to people. But we said that's not enough. There's need for moving people out of poverty. So what are we doing? The first thing,
that's poverty alleviation.
Yes. So the first thing you need to do is, you must, if I want to actually help you, I must know you. You can't help somebody you don't know.
Indeed.
You can't do just a crowd support. So what we did was to first have that social register validated, because more Nigerians were questioning the social register. But the social register was actually targeting on the rural poor.
Right.
So the first thing the president did was to request that you have the urban poor also added to the social register.
Right.
So the social register was 13 million. Now it's 19.7 million. An addition of over 50% or added to the social register. Now, so what did we do different? What we did different was satellite mapping was used. The imagery, satellite imageries were used to find the urban slums. Mm-hmm. The urban slums were located and the base stations were used, and the telcos provided telephone numbers within those locations for us. AI was used to generate the list of people who are poor within that community. Using the verified telephone numbers, you can now find their phone numbers, you can find their account numbers, you can find their financial services. And AI was to generate additional 6.5 people who are urban poor. And these numbers were added to the social register. So what social register that is covering both rural communities and the urban community,
right,
added together to have the 19.7 million people in the social register. That's number one. Social register. That's number one. Number two, the president said that we can't pay people using cash again. So there's no cash payment, no movement of money. And mark you, even with the conditional cash transfer that we so much talk about for 8 years, only 2 million people access it. But within the last 6 months, or the president's directive that we should just use verified account numbers to make transfer to people, we've done 5.8 million people, 5.8 million households, roughly about 5% per household. Roughly about almost 29 people are part of these people who benefited from the payment.
And within what space of time have you done
roughly about
this?
7 months now.
Right. So basically since you came to office.
Yes. So now, so if you talk about, so 2 million, from 2 million migrating to 5.7 million people have been benefited. But that's not just it. That's not just it. We're also geotagging the homes of the poor. We're also giving them verified account numbers. We're also giving them verified telephone numbers. We're giving them also verified BVN. So with this data, you can now know the homes of people who are located, the village, and where they're located.
Right.
But we did something also. We asked the World Bank to set an independent verifier to verify if these people on the social register actually exist. Because so much question on the media sometimes even make you to doubt yourself. So we asked them to make a verification. CS also participated in it, and they did an independent verification. They discovered that 94% of the people in the social register actually they exist in real life in the field. Why they find them? Only 6% that they couldn't get them. Some maybe their phone numbers were off. Some maybe they are dead. Right. Some maybe relocated, but they could find 97. They did one-on-one physical contact with 94% of people that were on the social register. So
basically, let me get this
yes.
straight. What you have done since you came to office has
yes.
been to essentially gather authentic data,
yes,
with which you can then start the process of
yes.
poverty reduction.
And of which we've been started. For everybody that we've verified now,
right.
who made the conditions, we paid them. That's why I said we've paid so far 5.8 million people.
But you know that while you're doing all this, more people are falling into poverty.
You know, there's something about APC, Egbekegbe, that anyone who has been following them will likely agree with me. And what is that? They have mastered the art of deceit, the art of lying, in such a way that when they are saying or when they are telling these lies, they tell them with so much gusto. You know what I mean? Like, to make you feel like it must be true. But when you begin to scrutinize everything they say, you realize that they are just pure tissue of lies. You know? Well, let's pick a few of the things he said. Let's start with the household, or let's start with the former register. According to him, 13 million. And since he came on board, that they introduced technology to look for poor people. That AI must have must kind of like have a name. For example, if it is true, it must have a name, because if it is just the AI that all of us knows, that one can't identify and map poor people in that way, except whatever you feed into it. Which, okay, may even be it, right? What they feed into it. So what kind of data did they feed into the AI that it worked with enough that by picking people's phone numbers, they could be identified as poor? Let's start that one. Say, okay, we wouldn't mind to know the name of the AI. Probably Nigeria invented AI. Another thing about the APC is that in their out of the seat, every now and then they have been very good with, buzzwords. There was a time that, they started with, what is that thing called again? Oh, that thing that they always share food, right? Okada and all that stuff. Empowerment. The empowerment, I'm giving you the recent ones, all right? The empowerment of the poor. And then the same them created another buzzword, palliative. They didn't create it, but they kind of like elevated it, palliatives. And when palliatives, just like the empowerment, that became something that is like traditional now in Nigeria. Yeah, empowerment. Then palliatives. When palliatives was reigning as well, like almost everyone is like doing palliative, this palliative, that. That's APC, when they elevated it to the national level. So the recent, what do you call it? The recent one, which is another buzzword. Oh, well, I just gave you the second one. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, so the guy said he met 13 million poor people on the register. We don't have any evidence of that register. You know why? Because if there is a register, that means there was a process of putting together those names. Process means, like putting a mechanism in place that you can use to get people on board for that particular program. Okay, so there will be a process that is known to everybody. You would have people around your communities. You have people who come to you for help. Ordinarily, they could just easily just go online, sign up, any process that it was, right? But there's no record of that. But they said they have 13 million. Okay, and the scam didn't start today. This one is just trying to make his own money too, so to say. But let's say 13 million on social register, poor people. Most of them are ghosts of 13 million. So he came on and they used AI that, using his own word, they fed with your BVN as well as your phone numbers. So argumentatively, you can say like, for argument's sake, there is a record that says that more than 90% Nigerians, more than 93% Nigerians have never had 500,000 naira in their bank accounts, like ever. But that itself is also debatable. When they say how many Nigerians have access to bank accounts, that number is also very small. So if you have to now poll such number, those ones who have access to the bank accounts, okay, and you poll them and you say, well, 93% of them don't even have 500,000 as their bank balance. They've never had it, they don't have it, and they've never had it. You get that, which means majority of Nigerians are very, very poor. As you know, realistically, that is true. When people actually eat what they kill, if they don't go out to kill, they will starve. So with this kind of scheme, for example, people will say, oh, poor people would have a chance of jumping into, or an opportunity to register poor people, into banking system, so that the corruption of falsifying figure, making up a ghost beneficiaries will die down, because you can easily trace the money. You just follow the money. But that would be doing the right thing. They are not doing anything right. Because come to think of it, Nigeria is a big place. Agreed. But do you really think, with this their technology, using their own words, so please don't try to turn it around, because the thing is this, I also know what is happening in reality, but let's just use their own words now. All right, let's say the minister says they have a technology, meaning right now the AI possibly has been used to scrutinize the 13 million registered they met, which is pretty much like fake, and obviously maybe thrown it down, okay, to discover fake and original. And then the technology, which the intention is to make sure that they don't share money, give people cash. So the technology has also ensured that everybody that gets registered on the, the social register, they are actual people that needs it. And like gradually like that, right, you can build a system that is sustainable. That is if you are doing the right thing, but that is not what they are doing. All this talk about AI and all that. Now, from what he said since they now use that AI, they have been able to add extra 6.5 million or over 6.5 million. Now they have 19 million, over 19 million people. So in his own words, so he said in the last 6 months, they have been able to give money to 5.8 million households. Again, where you are going to easily detect lies is very simple. We added 6.5 million. Is it 6.5 million poor Nigerians or 6.5 million households? Because if you are using household, then right, that number becomes bigger. You understand? Like if I say we have 19 million people on social register to be given money to because they are poor, it is different from saying we have 19 million households. An average household is sort of calculated to be of 5. Papa, mama, maybe 3 peking. It doesn't have to be 5, but averagely, that's how they kind of measure it, right? So if you say you have 19 million households, in that case, you can say 19 million times 5. It's going to be like 90 million, 80 something million. You see, the number becomes bigger, but they don't have to. They just drop the number. You and I can go and figure it out because there is no reference. There is no source. Do you understand? Like, don't say, oh, go to so and so, go and check this out. Everybody who needs information on this is there. And he also said independent verifiers were sent to go and verify. Again, before I get to that one, he said 5.8 million households. He didn't say 5.8 million people. 5.8 million households were paid in the last 6 months. That means 5.8 million households should have benefited from Tinubu's government's policy of helping the poor. That would have been it, Abi. I mean, it should be. Yeah, Mayegun. But the thing is this, there is no evidence of that. No, there is no evidence. Now, I may not be good enough to convince you, but I am not here to convince you. I am here to lay bare to you the criminals that, as corrupt as they are, listen, the ideas that they claim to have, if they manage to just implement 20% of that, like they should just do 20% of what they always say they want to do for the people, you will feel the impact. So think about this. 5.8 million household times 5. By my own calculation, that should be nearly 30 million people. So you tell me, would you have, even if they scatter this 30 million all over Nigeria, even if it's your own street, at least even at 5 people, you will know that they are receiving benefits. It can't be that bad. I mean, yeah, people can be so pretty much like Carlos sometimes, right? They can keep their mouth sealed, say, who are those who are collecting so that nobody will talk? Because you have to understand the difference between when government has a policy and individuals are doing charity. Government is not charity. Do you understand? Even though it's at the same time, it is also not a profit-making establishment, so to say. But at the same time, again, those who decide to make charity national policy, right? They must be able to give references and say, okay, that's like 30 million people. There is no way, like Jay, there's no way that you will not come and stumble on at least few people on your streets. Because do you understand how many is 30 million? 30 million human beings. But because they know what they are doing, they are lying. Okay? What they usually do is they send money to their party members who have registered companies, and they serve as consultants. So the contract is going to be just the same thing, or more better Edu did. They pretended to have suspended her, but she never got punished for anything, right? What they usually do in that place is by contract. So if I know somebody, I can get a contract from that place. And that contract can be, they can say, okay, they'll say, do you have a company? And if I do, right, sandpaper, sandbag, Chop I Chop Nigeria Limited. They say, okay, go and bring the name. So once they award contracts for me, right, they may give me the contract for Kebbi, Sokoto, Yobe, like 3 states. Depends. Okay. So that 3 states, they will now tell me, right, to say there is a template too, meaning they already have names that they are releasing money for. But the money will be released to you. All right. They have a name for them. They have a name for them. Vendor. So I will be vendor. So the people of Kebbi, poor people in Kebbi, poor people in Sokoto, poor people in Yobe, they will send, if not most people, they will send the money to me. That money can run into 10, 20, 30 billion naira. It can be that much for a whole year. So what they usually now do is, I would now, with my own team, okay, I would then say we are reviewing the social register, working with the minister, all of that now, Bobo, just to make it look like, sure you get. Meanwhile, what we are doing is to make sure that we have a complete, tattered, disjointed, sort of like documentation, but we don't need those anyway. So once they release the money, we can then say, me, Mayegun, I can just call Princess, call my other guy, Innocent, to be, and the guy that actually comes closer to that place, who can speak Hausa, Director Scott, Latu Aruno, we can tell her to come around. So all of us will be a team. This time, we are now the ones working for the Humanitarian Affairs Ministry. So you don't need to do much. All you have to do is just to come around, make sure you show face once in a while, maybe towards the end of the month when we share money. Now, this set of people can go to Kebbi, right, with a truck or 5 trucks, in fact, 10 trucks of rice or different grains, 10 trucks. Once they get to Kebbi, they will envelope 20,000 naira. They will gather people here and there, gather camera, pay people that they have to pay, ceremony. They will share money. They will share food. That is for the people of Kebbi. But when people of Kebbi realize later that what should have come to them if it is judiciously used, right? could have been probably over 4 billion naira. Meanwhile, with 200 million or 300 million naira, they can do all those paparazzi, right? And the minister can go on TV and say, we have been helping the poor people, we have been supporting them, we have been making sure that, in fact, so if you need evidence, their own evidence is pictures. That's the evidence. You want evidence. See, look at the people. They are so happy. They are carrying bag of rice. We gave them money. But they can go on TV and tell you about AI, satellite imaging, satellite mapping, all those things, where you ask them to give you evidence, credible, reliable evidence to cross-check and confirm. He said they send independent verifiers. So go and verify if they gave the money out. About Koolu, you should have referenced those verifiers. You get what I mean? For example, I can say, go and check the African Wahala auditor, international auditor. The report, they were among those people who are independent, who came to verify if we paid people through the banks and how many bank accounts did we open, in which, what bank. So you get, somebody can say, okay, we'll call Lady Charm auditors and what do you call it? Anyway, you get what I'm trying to say, Shaya? So you reference, you say, check this, go and ask these people. And those ones can say, yeah, this is what we found, truly. Independent. They don't reference anything. They just tell you, take it. You don't believe it, that's your own problem. You know? So, and if they use your BVN or used your phone number to discover that you are poor, there is no way in this world, 5.8 million to household or 30 million people, there's no way in this world that it won't be trending on Twitter and say, yeah, people where they beg for 5,000. Like somebody on my Egun's diary political, she will say, give me 5,000 naira and come and shag me. A lady. And I'm not sure even if she's a lady, by his own technique. Another person will tell you that their children, their daughter is about to die. Give me 5,000. Imagine, your BVN, your bank account, truly, there is no way you wouldn't have seen people who say, I just received 25,000 naira from federal government. They say, but it is APC. You need to believe it. If you don't believe it, forget about it. Unfortunately, it's similar to what they are doing in Lagos today, right? In Lagos today, Tinubu is there to commission a road, right? A road that he inaugurated in 2023. And they said that construction didn't start until 2024. The road project valued at $12 billion for his own very good friend, his confidant, Shaguri. Anyway, it's meant to be a 700 kilometers road. But it's APC, they will commission that road every year. You see this one, they are even commissioning 30 kilometers in Lagos. They call it for phase 1. You know that the phase 1 itself is 47 kilometers. I mean, like, even if you want to really complete anything, they are giving themselves credit too, by the way, because according to Devolumai, the project or construction didn't really actually start until February 2024. So, meaning it took them 15 months to do 30 kilometers that they needed to actually commission, because it's a milestone. People said that it's fake. People said that it's not going to build anything. People said that they are saying that to themselves. So to prove to you that the coastal road is real, How many of you know that? Okay, maybe I should ask. I know we are not many tonight, but for those of you who are here, and those of you who are actually in Nigeria, watching from Nigeria, please help me, right? Is the second Niger bridge open to traffic now? Let me go and read my comments, right? Is the second Niger bridge, the one that Bokwari commissioned twice, has completed. Then they shot it, after commissioning, they shot it twice. Except I think they opened it up on think it was on a one Christmas. Was it last Christmas or 2 Christmas ago? Please help me. Are you using the second Niger bridge right now? Yeah, Onitsha overhead. Is that what you call it? Okay. From my own last finding, don't worry. From my last finding, right? The projects remained uncompleted, right? Because the project from the onset, before Bokwari reviewed it to what it is, right? The project included dredging the second Niger, the Niger, that river Niger, dredging it. Dredging means to dig and dig enough that when the water filled up, it can actually take bigger vessels. Then the bridge, the new bridge that will be over it, was supposed to be very tall, so as to allow any massive commercial vessels to pass under, right? And it was supposed to be very tall. And at the same time, there was supposed to be a train track in the middle of it. So the intention, according to people who said who put it together, good looking, Billy Jolantan, there was supposed to be a train that will run through it, and it's going to run down the west, while the same train from that bridge will run through Onitsha, straight to Owerri, Imo, all those, like the Atlant, all straight down to the creek. But the Owerri didn't do it enough that it was there to commission billboard, as well as the turning of the sword before Bokwari came in. So when Bokwari came in, since there's no real construction per se, Bokwari first of all canceled the project. After canceling it, after like a year or two, then they decided that, okay, they will do it because Jolantan has paid the own side, Nigerians, a counterpart, part of that, right? He's already paid nearly 100% of what Nigeria should pay to their partner building that, because it was supposed to be like a PPP, public-private partnership. So Bokwari said, well, he can no longer ask them to refund. So he now demanded, right, for no addition, nothing will be paid extra and all that, right? So they had to redesign. In the new design, dredging of the Niger River was completely removed. Building a very tall, bridge, a flyover rather, right? That will also include a train track, was also reduced in size. The train track, was removed, right? Then we were supposed to construct, right, a dual carriageway from the tip, from the Onitsha end. They were supposed to construct dual carriageway from there all the way to Owerri in Imo State. While on the side of, the other side here, where you have a Delta, Edo, and other, right? So they were supposed to also construct another maybe 10, 15 kilometers to now go on and link that to the main expressway that you're coming from, that Delta, what's it called? Sure, I get what I'm saying. What's the design? Bokwari redesigned all of that. So they completed the bridge, right? They commissioned it like Bokwari as well. And then they shut it because the connecting roads have not been completed. So I wouldn't mind if you remind me, to those of you who actually apply the route all the time, are you still using the old one? Or you started using, because I wouldn't mind an update too, right? They are not doing much about that for now. I don't think so. However, you see this coastal road, this is going to be the first commissioning. There will be second, there will be third, there will be fourth, there will be fifth. And at the end of the day, if they manage to get to, okay, now here is another deceit. They believe that the project is in phases, so that for people who don't believe that they have the intention of completing it, time in itself is going to make it a very, very long project, right? And then the corruption, which is the bedrock of the entire idea in the first place, will also make it almost are impossible for them to do. But however, to perfect their scam, okay, they have told the people, so they've started in section of Calabar. They are doing 13-kilometer Calabar to Kineko Junction, right? And then they want to do from Lagos to Ondo Junction. Now, to do that, that is going to be, I think that's going to be like about 47 kilometers. Do you get that now? No, I think it's more than that. I don't even know. Like, the whole scam is not so straightforward. But however, just so you know the kind of people you are dealing with, okay? In Lagos today, a lot happened. Last night, iTech, which is the Tinubu I business, right? They uploaded the video to show to everyone the state of the coastal road. So the coastal road initially was supposed to be a 10-lane road with a train track in the middle of it, 18 bridges, and the shortest among the bridges, because they have to build 18 bridges over islands. Do you understand an island, right? Yeah, those are those small, that will look smaller, mountainous hill in the middle of the ocean or in the middle of the sea, like that. So that those are the islands. So we have to build, you know, that third mainland bridge in Lagos, that 13 kilometer or so third mainland bridge. It's like they will need to build like 30 of that. You understand? Yeah, building like a 30, because the reason is that there are some of them that are like stretch. And the easiest part of the entire project itself is this Lagos part. So that's why some people believe that if this pace is how they are going, they don't have any plan of actually running it. And somehow they are already proving that right. So from 10-lane road, they have reduced it to 6. People who lost their properties and all of that, their land and all that in that area, it's like their fair game to develop my. So it's now 3-lane, 3-lane instead of 5 lanes and 5 lanes, right? So 30 kilometers, out of 47 phase 1, and they said that phase 2 is already ongoing because they kind of want to get to Ondo. There are some of us who predicted that the only likely completed section before Tinubu will finally hang the boots, right, would be to get to those states. If they manage to get to Edo, you have to give them a bill. You get what I mean now? So a lot of conspiracy have been developed. You know, they are doing this to open up the Lekki Free Trade Zone, Lekki Seaport, Atlantic City in Lagos, and that's the intention. Put a toll gate on it because they are going to put a toll on 30-kilometer road. Right now, they're going to put a toll on it, toll gates. So who are those who are going to go through that route? Other than those who are going to the Atlantic City, Jakonde Estate, from Jakonde Estate, Atlantic, going on like. Let me show you anyway how it went or what happened in Lagos from last night to today. And when Koolu was entering as well, there seems to be a bit of, snubbing that some people notice. Maybe you will notice it too, right? Koolu, Akwabiole, Cornfessor, Soyinka, so many others were there. So Sonweku, as well as Diri from Bayelsa, and a few other governors who were there. And Koolu I walking into the makeshift tent they built for the ceremony, right? Was greeting everyone. And then, I don't know, maybe nothing. Because right now, the social media is pretty, it's like, on fire because of that. So let me show you this from where they had the commissioning of the coastal road.
you. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, please let's settle down, please. The President will soon be here. Please. Please, let's take our seats. Take our seats, please. Thank you. We have empty seats everywhere. Let's settle down, please. Let's settle down, please.
Oba Lashe. They played that for him. It looks like a royalty. Koolu. Chai. And did you see the confessor say, I'm saving you that agony of listening to what Koolu had to say there tonight? Maybe another time. Or I can give you a snippet, right? Did you see Shaguri there? That is Tinubu's official confidant. Do you know that? I bet you do anyway. So that's no biggie, right? But it is Shaguri, a man wanted in several countries for money laundering, involvement in sponsoring or funding terrorism, and few other things like that. And I'm not even making that up. Why would I even want to make that up? Do you get what I mean? That is Pablo Escobar, the Jaga addict, the Jaga bandit official confidant. It's a total takeover. It is like a total capture, state capture, put it that way, right? But just briefly, okay? He told everyone there.
Construction of a section of Enugu-Onitsha carried with rehabilitation of Zaria, Nkoyik, Kufogida, realization of Kano Meduguri Road, linking Kano, Jigawa, Bauchi, Yobe, and Benue states.
So they listed over like 600 kilometers of roads that Tinubu has renovated according to Rotimi And then the new one that is built from the scratch is this 30-kilometer road, coastal road, you know. And the confessor said that even though a lot of you are waiting for him to give you assessments of Tinubu's regime in a year, where this is the second year, and to him, he didn't say much. He said somehow he just had this knack. I have this, is that what he said? I had this knack for new roads. So if you're waiting for any assessment, maybe this can do.
It all, and I will talk to you. I'm a sucker for new roads being built. I was there when Julius Berger was building, you know, the old Koolu road there. Anywhere they're building new roads. That's why my patron deity is Ogun, the god of the roads. So when they say, come and see this one. Okay.
Confessor. So he was there as a special guest with Koolu, and he said he's a sucker, not as a knack. He's a sucker for new roads. So, well, it will be a good thing, apart from all the looting that comes with it, right? It will be a good thing if they actually deliver the road. But it is Nigeria that it is so bad, that leadership failure is so bad in that place. The Nigerians are saying, even if they can do half, another person can do half. What do you mean do half? Complete it, right? The pace is very slow, and the standard of work has not really been anything to, you know. Even the 30-kilometer is not completed yet. If you get to see, so they are going to short it back later. They just did something to make Tinubu say his second year, you know what I mean? That's exactly what it's going to be like for the next 2 years or the next 6 years. It's up to you, right? Well, according to Rotimi Amaechi, who will be my Judas Iscariot, right? Everyone is guilty, but the followers are more guilty too. According to him, right? He said, everybody is hungry, okay? But somehow, the same Nigerians who are complaining of being hungry, they are not complaining that they are hungry because they want everybody fed. No. Most of them are complaining because they are seeing others benefiting from the largesse who are supposed to be the commonwealth of everyone, right? And they wish it was them. So if it's not them, then okay, they would like to be, the moment they are given their own shot, then they automatically begin to preach, let us show understanding. Amaechi said he met with Tinubu in Yola, and he told him to his face that he won't be supporting him. But if truly everybody is hungry, right? Amaechi said, if everybody is hungry, and you are really tired, and you want us to remove the guy who is there right now, we can remove him. He said a lot. And Afegbua, another APC stalwart, also has something to say. Remember, I mean, by what do you call it? By the available like as of today, we can say Amaechi is still a APC member. I haven't seen him he's a member of coalition too, but I haven't seen him make any form of public declaration to say it's no longer APC, right? So you can say it is APC plus APC, right? Here is Amaechi, okay, talking about when he met with Koolu, and then at the same time, you should listen.
It doesn't matter whether all the people that served under me were from the north or south or east. What was important is how do you change this country? It doesn't matter whether all the people that served under me were from the north or south or east. What was important is how do you change this country? Growing up, you as young men, I will tell you what you didn't enjoy. Growing up, we had NANS meeting in Kano. We started the meeting 12 midnight, finished at 6 a.m. It's okay. Start, SSS does not arrest us. Each person go find your way back to BUK. We had it in a private house. I missed my way in Kano because I don't know where is BUK. I only saw somebody, a man from Kano. Where is BUK? The person took me to Kano, BUK. If it's not, they will kidnap me. Look, the ordinary northerner who is a Muslim, has no problem with the ordinary Southerner who is Christian. It is when it comes to election, they will tell you, so let them show you in Islam, where it says, don't say with a Christian. They cannot show you. They will only do that and say, this man is a Muslim, go for him. Now you have Muslim ticket. Let Muslim market come out now. It can't. We are all hungry. All of us are. If you're not hungry, I am. You may laugh. So for us, how many of you can buy a cup of garri at the rate? You know, the problem with Nigeria is, if you say the last president was very bad, the incoming one will be worse. When the incoming one takes over, the one before him will have become a king. We will now be wishing that person took over. Because it is a country of sharing money. I thank you for coming. Trust me, I thank you. Waziri, I thank you for coming. In fact, I came to you only once, and you obliged me the request. Emir, I spoke to Emir on the phone. The rest of you, just once, people were telling me, I should have called them several times, should have said that. Well, I was honored. I worked with Gerard Buratai. I worked with Sadiq. I don't know Sadiq was here. I didn't know you were from the north. I didn't give a damn. You didn't even behave as if you were from the north. Service, gentlemen, let's see that. How do we solve the problem of the river states on security? You remember when we came, there used to be roadblocks everywhere, until somebody called me and said, look, nobody will invest in river state if we see roadblocks. And I met people. People said, you agree with me? And we agreed and removed all the roadblocks. When we did, everyone was shocked. How can you remove roadblocks? We did. Two policies. Insecurity is 99.9% poverty. When Boko Haram started, they said, they were anti-Christians. Is Boko Haram not killing Muslims? It is because hunger does not know religion. So Boko Haram was not selecting Christians and killing them. No. Boko Haram was killing both Muslims and what? And Christians. And let me tell you what I was taught in the university. I don't know if Dr. Amota will agree to this. I'm sure he must have left. I was taught that it is rebellion. That is their own form of protest. They are protesting against the elites. So because they are protesting against the elites, they can't catch the elites. The elites have guns. Here, if you see the number of guns here to protect all of us, not to protect you. So when they look at us, they can't catch us. Who did they catch? They are follow poor men. And when I was governor, when there is an increase in insecurity, I know there is no money in the system. Where is Commissioner for Finance? It became SSG here. What do I tell you? I said, go and release money. Pay contractors, pay salary, pay more money. And once you pay, insecurity will do what? So it's about poverty. It's about poverty. But currently, everybody wants to amass wealth. The current government and their agencies and who work with it, they are not even afraid. If you see the kind of houses they are building, if they are not afraid, I am ashamed for them because they have no name. In fact, they say in the university they will say who name pay. So I thank you. I will hope that all of us can come in the evening where we have the dinner. I thank those of you who have organized this reception. I thank those of you who have come. I thank Governor Suswan and my colleagues. Governor of Niger says he was more radical than me, and he was older. And as an older radical, you are not a good radical because you're too old. So when he said I'm radical, he was more radical. I was impressed with the Governor's Forum. I thank you people for giving me support. Him, Governor Sule Lamido, and all others. They pushed me on with their radical ideas. Maybe behind me, maybe you were talking about religion and this, but at the Governor's Forum, we didn't do religion. We didn't do ethnicity. What we took was Nigeria. When we dissect Nigeria, some will support, some will oppose. Anybody, when we vote, once the majority takes the position, everybody will join the majority. So I thank my colleagues who have come here, and I thank the Emir of Duse and Emir of Kano. I thank you very much. I thank my former chairman of party when I was in PDP, Prince Secondus, and IGP. I thank my brother governors of Bayelsa,
My thank you. We'll leave that one, right? Afegbua now responded. Right. I'm coming back to Amaechi. So Afegbua said, these guys should stop chasing shadow. I can't quote him. Let's hear it.
It will be suicidal for you to make such a generous conclusion on the points you raise. You see, I am not going to be surprised if Ahmed didn't speak in this manner, because typical of Nigerian opposition, they know how to grandstand, but address the critical issues based on alternative viewpoints, it becomes a problem for them. And I'm still searching for their alternative policy formation in terms of even suggestions or ideas that can help deepen conversation around governance in this country.
Yeah, but they're not the ones in power. You're the ones in power. It's you whose 2 years are being examined.
Charles, they are part and parcel of the Nigerian system, and if they have the interests of the people at heart, they should be telling government or other institutions of government that this policy would have been better and all of that, because government naturally...
Well, they have, in fairness to them, and I don't mean to interrupt you, they've made the point consistently that the issue is not the removal of subsidy. The issue is the way that you removed it.
Please.
You could have staggered it. You could have made it less problematic for people, whilst you found ways to cushion it.
Charles, that's a matter...
They have made that suggestion.
You see, that is a matter of opinion from those who do not understand the workings of government. Let me tell you, we must commend President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for taking that bold decision from the first day of being sworn into this office, into the office. Don't forget that Peter Obi, the candidate of his party, talked about immediate removal of subsidy when he was campaigning, except he never meant it. Atiku Abubakar, PDP, talked about immediate removal of subsidy, except they didn't mean it. Now, if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has taken the bull by the horn by dropping subsidy and ensuring that we'll confront the problems thereafter, it means that he wants to put the hardest of decisions in the front burner, so that one way or the other he could provide solutions to it. Now, if he has waited for 2 months, 3 months, all the economic predators and buccaneers who were feasting on subsidy will have derailed the entire process, and perhaps you'll still be genuflecting in terms of taking the right decision on the issue of subsidy. Now, more money. I want opposition, politicians and those who are preparing to think that they want to come and preside over the country, to be interrogating the resources that are accruing to the states, because we now have more allocation being given to the state.
In fairness to you,
yes,
that's a good point.
Yes, and in that way, we want to see what these monies are translating to, because it's a tripartite arrangement: the federal government, the state, and the local government.
Yeah.
And so that way, we will be able to do some level of collaboration and cooperative system that will encourage and ensure that life becomes better for the
But the fact
person.
remains that you're the people in power. It is also, you have the power of the government, you have the power to regulate things, you have the executive power with the police and everything to be a check and balance on any excesses in the country. So it actually falls on you to do those.
Charles, let me tell you something. You know, the problem that somebody was discussing with me today and said, Nigeria has failed. I said, no, it is not the country that has failed. It is Nigerians who are in the country, because we need serious attitudinal reorientation of minds amongst us. And people
why aren't you doing that? You're the one in power.
No, wait. And people like him, they should do things that will add value to what government is doing, not necessarily just criticizing for the sake of criticism. Right. Okay. If you carry out constructive criticism, constructive engagement, collective bargaining, yes, I will see meaning in that. But when you blanket, give a blanket condemnation, it becomes a problem.
Okay.
And this same subsidy issue has given rise to CNG vehicles. There are electric vehicles now as we speak, and so infrastructure in terms of road construction has deepened. Train transportation and all of that. So if all of this come to materialize at the end of the day, given their timeline, then life will become better for the ordinary. It will be suicidal for you to make such a generous conclusion.
Nuisance Lele.
Like I said, APC, Egbekegbe, they have mastered the art of gaslighting, lying, blackmailing in such a legendary way. Look at that. Listen, you heard that Apegua. He said Peter Obi said he was going to remove subsidy. Outright removal. No, he didn't say that. He has repeatedly explained himself to say he will remove subsidy, but it's going to be in phases. First, he will remove the underlying corruption behind it. We'll never know if he was probably able to do that anyway. Atiku didn't say he's going to remove the subsidy. Atiku said he's going to privatize the oil sector. He will sell off your refineries and make them profitable again. He didn't say he's going to remove subsidy. Tinubu said he will remove subsidy. No, sorry. No, he didn't say that too. It was like, I will, no, hang on. I think he said it here. I'll remove subsidy. You protest. You want to protest you. I will remove subsidy. I'll look for that video and I'll share with you, right? So he said it. So in fairness. But the difference in all of this is that Tinubu didn't plan anything. There was no plan or nothing. So the idea of giving people palliatives, right, in which Tinubu and his gang, they continue to give themselves applause. They said that, okay, people are complaining. Tinubu has shared rice. What else do you want? He has given food. He has shared rice. He has shared money. So if people are complaining because subsidy is gone, this and that. You get what I mean? So this guy, their talking point, they've mastered it. Like, go hard you to want to, like, if you are not somebody who is smart enough, age is not even the issue here. You can be an older person and still be very dumb when APC propaganda grips you. All right. So Apegbu has said Tinubu took hard decisions, and he also said they have more money. They said states and local governments have more money now because Tinubu removed subsidy. All right, which means they don't pay much out anymore. They also said that the subsidy stopped Nigeria from taking loans. So subsidy will stop Nigeria from taking loans. All right, because there's more money now. Only for Tinubu to turn around to ask for nearly $25 billion loan request. They now designed it and said the loan request is not like they want to take it at once. It's just between 2025 and 2026. Kiniyato, what's the difference? It's still going to be a debt on you, won't it? So what exactly is now the benefit of the subsidy removal? But their own is that go and ask your governor now. Go and ask as if to say you can actually ask the governor and you can do anything. Not even now that at the governor, at the lawmaker, so everybody is now joining Tinubu wherever he is. So who are you going to ask? But they've mastered it. They know you have nowhere to go to. Then he also repeated CNG. Baba Ajaka just said it there that Tinubu has also brought CNG because of subsidy removal. So they are very good at that, okay? He said their train transportation has also improved and all of that. So then he went on to kind of push the blame a little bit because they all sort of like do that anyway. Push the blame to you, the people. You must have attitudinal change. Attitudinal change means you must try to love Nigeria. So what kind of attitudinal change would the criminals who are looting you, mortgaging your future and the future of your own children and your children's children, what should we say to them? Because they have to change. If they change, there is a chance, right, that the followers will also change. But to Amaechi, when he met Tinubu, this is what he told him.
Let me clear to all of you today here. I met President Tinubu in Yola, and I told him I will not work with him. And I will not vote for him. I did not vote for Tinubu. I will not have to. That is, I told him in advance. Why I'm saying this is because people in Rivers have been writing, he didn't work for PDP, he didn't work for APC, he didn't support Tinubu. I told him in advance before the election, so it wasn't a matter of whether I did or not. I made him know that because I was convinced that there was an issue of capacity. You have raised issues here. Most of those who raise the issues of capacity, some of us who are here raising issues of capacity, are also those who vote on ethnic and religious basis, or who spoil innocent, uneducated people who are poor to voting for people for the reasons of religion and ethnicity. That's why we are here. And let me tell you, it's a conspiracy of the elites. Forget, when we sit here, we look at what is the best way to go to grab power. We don't care for you. No Nigerian leader cares for you. And the reason why no Nigerian leader cares for you is because you will do nothing. You protested. At the end of the protest, the president announced increase in price of fuel because he will do nothing. It's an absolutely do-nothing society. You may not know. One of the reasons I commented was your level of knowledge. I respect people who are more brilliant than me. You, him, Professor Soyinka, that's how the friendship started. The reason, I don't know figures, so you know figures. And I respect you for the level of knowledge of economics. In fact, if you are not here and I was a president, you would have played a prominent role in the government I will serve. I don't care where you come from, for Christ's sake. It's about moving the country forward. We don't want to move the country forward. If you're not ashamed, I'm ashamed. My passport was seized in Germany. I did nothing. My offense is that I'm carrying a green passport. They kept me for nearly 30 minutes, and I was going for a medical checkup in Vienna. Show us your hotel. Listen, I should. Show us a return ticket. I should. Wait. Just because I'm carrying a green passport. So if you're not ashamed, I am. I am. That's why I picked up this topic. And let me tell you why I picked up this topic. Nigerian leaders and elites are not the problems of Nigeria. The problems of Nigeria are the followership. The leaders, look, when people say Nigeria is a capital, there are no capitalists in Nigeria. Capitalists are those with capital to invest for production. Do we produce here? Everybody relies on oil. Everybody wants to, that's why once you become president, you will see what will happen. As soon as you become president, you will not know Christians from Muslims. You will not. They are all coming towards you to just have a hand in the stealing. That's what happens. So I look at Nigeria and I ask myself, what are we actually doing here? Do we really want to be a country? If we want to be a country, I'll give you an example of my stay in government. I was shocked at the lady that I gave her appointment. And I thought the lady was a destabilized Nigeria. Her only call to power was going to see the president and speaking Hausa Fulani language. And I was ashamed. Very ashamed. Because I was looking for those who can change the country. And I told her, I am putting you in this place because I want you to change that place.
And when that one met Bokwari, he started speaking Fufu Day. Anyway, see, Amaechi writes is that's what director's court. What do you call him? Honest criminal. I think that's what you are calling him in the comments, right? Honest criminal. Amaechi is the same guy that took over 3.5 billion euros from the European Bank. Have you forgotten? To construct rail line to Maradi in Niger Republic. You know that project is almost completed now. Because they've paid. As much as many people were like, yeah, you need to stop it. What kind of nonsense is this? You are from Niger Delta. You couldn't do a direct train from Niger Delta to other, Sure. It is part of the debt that Nigeria is known for today. 3.8 billion euros. That's how much that guy took as the Minister of Transportation under Bokwari so that they can construct a train from Kano to Maradi. Right now, they care so much, right? I mean, imagine that, right? They said the entire business transaction between Niger Republic and Nigeria annually was put at was put at, Yeah, it was put at 200 and something million dollars because Niger Republic doesn't have their own seaports. So they had to take whatever they are importing through the sea via Nigeria. You know what I mean? Or they could just use Ghana. I think they can also use Benin Republic as well. So their trade with Nigeria, everything, they say, you know, I'm not even sure say I'm pronouncing the right one. Is it 200 million, be $400,000? The way it is kind of like said, right? It's not even up to $1 million. No, 200 million. Wow. It's not up to $1 million. That's the place because Bokwari's father, Baba Onipepeye, is a dog seller. He was a dog seller. You know, those people where they carry dog inside baskets. Usually you see them, you probably have seen them in the south. This one, they carry dog. That you feel like they are always like following all those Aganambo, Aganambo kind of like trucks down south like that, yeah? So that's how Bokwari's father entered Nigeria from Niger Republic. And Bokwari is still kind of like, feels like it belongs to Niger Republic. And some people believe that his loyalty is to that place before everything changed in 2023 to what it is right now. Well, Amaechi. Then he also added, if you want us to remove Tinubu, we can. Right.
Yes, there are also capitalist ideas. In Nigeria, there are no capitalist ideas, there are no socialist ideas among the politicians. It's about sharing. The quarrel among the elites is about sharing. So, sir, we want to submit to the opposition if the opposition can lead us out of this problem. And for the opposition to lead us out of this problem, we must all agree to submit ourselves to the interest of the nation first, before the interest of ourselves. That's why I choose this topic. And I like the amendment you made. It's actually state weaponization, because it's not you, it's the state. Even though they are not deliberately weaponizing like he said, they don't have the idea, they don't know how to weaponize you. They don't know. But where the state comes in is, yes, they don't know how to weaponize you. They are weaponizing you inadvertently by stealing the money they should have given you. If I were president, yes, some of the policies they are pursuing, I will pursue them. But ask, what's the failure? The failure is the gains of those policies are in their private. If they bring those gains, okay, we are paying, at the time we are paying close to 4 to 5 trillion naira for oil subsidy. So they've stopped. Why is the 4 to 5 trillion naira? If they dump it on the economy, you will not be crying. We are hedging dollar, right? Between naira and dollar. Now you stop. Where is the savings? President Tinubu said it has, what's it called? Our suffering has come to an end yesterday or yesterday. Has anybody's diet changed?
Anyway, he said a lot though, right? But we will leave out like that. Nigeria is a place, is a drama. Nigeria is a series. That's how some people describe it as. Because yesterday, right, Asari Dokudumb announced that a Nigerian soldier who got kidnapped by kidnappers had been rescued by his own boys. And then I think before last night, some of the soldiers, a colleague, went on to go and say thank you to Asari. And they said Nigerian army says thank you to Asari for helping them to rescue a soldier. All right? Nigeria sometimes can be an unreal place, and I'll keep reminding you, so that when you hear things like this, you may be like, how is that possible? Vigilante don't rescue police officers from kidnappers before. I have seen that. It happened in Edo State. You know, Fulani terrorists, they kidnap police officers. They were now calling the DPO that they have to pay ransom. I think it was for 5 million or something. 2 police officers who were also kind of like they mounted a fake roadblocks. They were collecting, I think they were collecting a bribe on the road. As the Fulani terrorists were passing, not on the road, but in the bush, they just saw them. They're like, they just took them. So the police said that they won't pay any ransom because they were doing illegal work. I will go and look for that picture. Type it on your phone right now. Policeman rescued by vigilante in those states. You will see the picture there is there. Go check it. So it was the vigilantes in those states that now said, these people call, there be some people's fathers or the husband or sons, and immediately they rescued them. That picture went viral. You could tell the police officer was like, thank you so much. He was hanging on that hunter, Nigerian, The other time, I think it was last week, it was reported that Tony Kabaka, another MC Olueran of Edo, so he was arrested, maybe questioned, I don't know, like he was at the EFCC, got detained for the night. And it was simply because a video of his where he was like spraying the Naira. And since what is raining now is that if you step on Naira or if you spray Naira, it's called Naira abuse. So Kabaka and others, right, or some of those who heard the story felt like it will be out in no time. And indeed, it's out. So I decided to match these two videos together. Asari that rescued soldiers kidnapped by kidnappers, and the guy who was with the EFCC because of Naira mutilation. All right? Please don't laugh. At least, if you can.
Calling it kidnapping. Ipembe Tumbos. Okay, Mubanga Koma is still a fellow woman. I'm going to keep him somewhere, starve him, ask for money. Our brother, one of our brothers was among the kidnapped people, and he paid 10 million. He was the one who assisted us to the camp. Our men left yesterday night. We arrived at the place. It is reported, why is the military uniform? Bring it out. It is reported that the military man who was kidnapped along with them has not been accounted for. These are his uniform. I think the uniforms are more than one. Huh?
One singlet.
No name on it. It's prayer mat. So this is the uniform of the military man. His name is not there. He's not accounted for. Maybe they have killed him. So Yes, this is our brother. This is his ID card. His name is Saliu Ibrahim. Anybody who know anything about a military man, Saliu is a lance corporal. Saliu Ibrahim. He was supposed to be among the people kidnapped. He was supposed to be the 20th person. 19 a year, he cannot be found. His uniform is here. 29 battalion. 29 battalion. He was going to Bile when they kidnapped him. He has not been accounted for. Please, anybody who has useful information about him, whether he has been released or they've killed him. We are still hunting. Where is their man that we caught? Where is the one that we caught?
I want to be donating some nature for you. Yes. You know, you people don't know Kabaka is a born musician. But I want to give you some good freestyle highlight. Return of the man. Yes, I do.
Return of the man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Return of the
you know another music that my own can't go like this. As I want to jump the fence, chuku 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 banyan. When I run go tell mama, mama give me slap for face. She say you lie to me. What do you do when you want jump that fence? You lie to me. What do you do? What do you do? You lie to me. As you want to smoke, policeman come arrest you. As you try to jump the fence, chuku yonya. You want to go tell mama, mama give you slap for face. She say you lie to me. What do you do when you want jump that fence? You lie to me. What do you do? What do you do? You lie to me. If you don't get it, forget about it.
When they're born, you never seen this kind of abuse before. Tinubu, I must abuse you. Tinubu, number 1, Oguoki Opa. Tinubu number 2, Oguoki Oma. Tinubu number 3, Oguoki your children. Tinubu number 4, Ogugo bury all your family. Tinubu is a god to you. Tinubu is a god to you. And Wausa.
Tinubu is a god. That is not what the ex-convicts, Oji, Uzo, Koolu, had to say. That's not his own belief. To him, those who have been trolling him because of his public support for Tinubu's second term, those who are cursing him, abusing him, they better get ready for what is coming for them because he cannot be intimidated. No, Koolu. I wanted to say Koolu. Here is Koolu.
I'm a member of APC. Tinubu is APC and the leader of the APC. And is our presidential candidate as endorsed by the party. Am I going to campaign for another presidential candidate? The answer is no. My duty is to campaign for my party. And other people should learn how to campaign for their party. And people should mind their business. Their business should be their business. My business is to project my party. And wait for our party to win or lose. So why don't they mind their business? Am I going to campaign for another person in another political party? The answer is no. So for me, they are talking real bullshit. They can go to Atlantic Ocean and jump in.
Nuisance, Lele.
So he said that they can jump into Atlantic Ocean. Anybody who criticizes him for that. Nobody needs to jump into Atlantic Ocean. All right. Everybody is going to receive their own share of the shege according to your deeds. As for the voluntary slaves and all of that, they will always continue to make it easier for those who seize power. Using the compromised system, the poverty they've managed to live to the high heavens for millions of people. So they already have their way clearly cut out for them. You know? So sometimes it could be like saying, and at the battle way person no feel win. Have you ever felt like that? One Nigerianist. Like, have you ever felt like when you look at everything, you get frustrated by what these guys are doing? You are even more frustrated, you know, by what the people who are the victims of what they are doing, what they are doing. And then you'd like, man, it's an hopeless situation. Like, where do you want to start from? It's an hopeless situation. I'm just tired. Save yourself the breath, okay? Don't ever keep trying to think you can save people that don't want to be saved. Maybe you can save yourself, right? Now, if you have the mentality of saving yourself, not in a selfish way, like, oh, well, if me, I don't jackpot, I don't care. No, that's not what I mean by saving yourself. I mean, if you can mentally save yourself, like mentally liberate yourself, and you are able to possibly pass that on. Number one is a two wins for us or for you. you are liberated. You can easily liberate others, speak to them, speak to their consciousness and the rest of that. Now your gene will be transformed. It simply means that if you're a very young person who became enlightened that early, there's a chance that your gene will produce intelligent, offsprings that will eventually possibly form the critical mass that we need. But for now, our voluntary slaves, I want to be free, Lord. As we see it on the street of Lagos, where she was spotted, his dad is in town, all right? And this is not different from the same people who were lamenting that they blocked road in Lagos. What did they do when they saw those who were behind that? P. You see? Hear it. Forget about it. Don't get it. So that was she on the streets. And talking about the streets, I saw these three guys. They are northerners, of course. I'm just not sure if they are Hausas or Fulanis. I'll go for the first one, Hausas. So they have this to say as their own contribution to the conversation of the Biafran leaving, the Yorubas going, the breakup of Nigeria. And this is not the your regular sort of like a regular kind of video, all right? Because you can tell that I probably would believe that they picked this up on the social media somehow, but these are like core street boys and their own understanding of this contraption, right? Maybe crude, seems to be very, very logical. Listen.
Here we are in Nigeria, Enugu State. Today is Biafran Day, and we want let Nigeria divide into 6.
Inshallah.
Into 6, not 3 or not 1 or not 2. 6. Let everybody
That is
rest.
the only way to our people to survive.
We need to share Nigeria into 6.
So northerners, we are the one we can't let Igbo people to go. So please, government, let Igbo people to go away. Give them their own country. They don't need Hausa people and the Fulani herdsmen and whatever. So
we too, we don't need them. Northeast, we are going out.
Northwest going out. Middle Belt going out. Yoruba land and the Igbo land and the Niger Delta. Everybody to go away.
You get that? So it simply means that the conversation around the continued existence of Nigeria, right, is still going to happen, whether you like it or not. The owners of Nigeria that you see today, they are fading out. They are dying off. Now, somehow, ordinary people themselves are also beginning to question why is Nigeria what Nigeria is. And hearing that we could actually go our separate ways and be fine. The reason why we are still together is because of those who are waiting for their own turn. you know, and that will never end, because if everybody is waiting for his own turn, it simply means Nigeria can break after me. Nigeria will break after my own. Nigeria will break after my own. No. The interest of the supposed elites, the rogues, the criminals, who are supposed to actually be for our own interest, unfortunately. So ordinary people are aware, and that's good. It can only get better, you know. A lot of us who are doing this may think that we are doing a thankless job. I say that to myself all the time. I am doing a thankless job. So if people say, Mayegun, well done. Thank you for what you're doing. I'm like, oh, thank you. Right? Because you don't have to thank me. Because this is my own way of keeping as many people informed. I mean, as many people as possible. As many people informed as possible. Simply because in being informed is the only way you won't be deformed. A lot of our people have been mentally deformed. And that has been working for the supposed establishment and putting the lives, all our lives in danger, by the way, all our lives, every one of us, except if you are living in denial. In Edo State, right, the people of, give me a sec. I want to make sure I get the name right? They are called the people of Uronigbe, Edo State. They had a member of the community kidnapped, Fulani terrorist, and they demanded for 7 million naira, which was paid. Yet, this victim still didn't get released. And now the community, they are calling on their governor, Monday Okweodoyo, the Dodoyo governor of Edo State, to please do something. They wouldn't want their loved one killed. It is Nigeria, Baba. Turn by Turn Nigeria Limited. Go and look it up. People of Ironibe at their own SOS, please.
If you don't work in it, well, condition of man, you don't why you oh, me pay the no better now, more. So now we don't have where not to pay Igonia, the ransom of Kinapa. So now Hasa near about 7 million something. I didn't know. When I didn't know, we are now you want to release it. We don't buy a money, what I get before we answer. And I'm not going to get my money. He may have been a game, but you want to go. Never we man here, oh, zero and a bit. If you don't, not die, you go. At least, if they go, I had your way, or him, if they go, the Gualima, Papa Chaya Biome. It's somewhere AK-47. Yeah, 47, yeah, so now, Nariaba, and Wabu, Guarioba, Guarioba, your body man. If you man obey it, now, and they both are say, Naya, we your boy, yeah, Nima. Now do me where about very Uronibe. Now, was a Maggie, a big woman, they not the Miss Ronnie, my lady, oh, yes, no, yes, no. When I marry on, I even more about I give Vienna. So now, you man out to wow. And support.
The terrorists demanded for 7 million naira. They've paid them the 7 million naira, but they refused to release the man. Now they want the government to please intervene and don't let their loved one and man die. Turn by Turn Nigeria Limited. I hope the man is rescued, fortunately. Remember that Mokwa yesterday, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? The flooding that sort of ravaged some part of Nigeria. That one that took place in Niger State, Mokwa, has caused the death of 155 people have been verified to have been killed by that flood. And that is not the only damage, because there's also a long-term damages also done. And that is the supposed bridge linking Niger State plus this the western part of Nigeria. The bridge has been washed off and trucks can't pass, meaning the transportation of food to the down south through the western part of the country will temporarily be altered. Alternative route will be probably, be created, which indeed will also extend. You shall know the ripple effect, the multiplying effects that will have overall. But somebody made a video, one of those who were bringing food down south, but now caught between Mokwa and the west, so to say, Niger State.
Public announcement, you get that sanwó fún ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá láta lé mọ́ láta yín lókùlò ẹjá ti rí pé ìkì Mokwa ó ti já àbí ẹ mọ̀ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá láta lé mọ́ láta lókùlò aṣọ fún yín bá truck driver iṣẹ́ tá à ń ṣe òkèrè ẹni rárá àsìkò tẹ́ mọ yìí wa lérè àsìkò lé alẹ́ mọ yìí wa nígbà tẹ́ bá láta lò ilé tó mọ yìí wa aṣọ fún yín pé truck driver iṣẹ́ tá à ń ṣe òkèrè ẹni rárá ẹ sá mọ́ láta lókùlò ẹ má.
To those of you who don't understand Yoruba, so the guy was telling everybody to be very, what is that word? Why do I always kind of like miss out on the word that sometimes just flash to my head and like, I want to use that one. Then it will disappear. Anyway, just don't be wasteful. That's what he's saying. Because right now, they cannot get down to the south as the bridge that they we're supposed to kind of pass is washed off, and they don't know what or when they will be able to get down south, especially those of you in Yoruba land who are getting ready for Ileya. When is Ileya again? When is Ileya? Next week, eh? Is that? Anyway, that you should not waste any pepper you have or your pepper, because you may be paying a lot for pepper this Ileya. They won't kill us. Eh? Anyway, we'll leave that one. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time. And I hope those who went to go and watch PSG Inter, they are already on their way back because it's already over. So thank you so much for your time. To those of you who turned up, I will see you again another time. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Have been a night. And good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun dayari political. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹ̀rùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.